Hello humans, Master Darrenflex here. Today I'll be going over something I've been testing recently. It's, of course, Chaos, but this one is Chaos Alchemy, as you can see here. The difference between this and Chaos Stun is Alchemy has more long-term plays and has way more recursion, while Chaos Stun is kind of like sit on a monster, hope it doesn't die, stuff like that. Both are pretty strong playstyles of mine, but I'm going to go ahead and get into it. To start off, three-dimensional alchemist. Glare's pretty rough, sorry. What this guy basically does is, once per turn you can banish the top card of your deck, and if you do, gains 500 attack until the end phase. That's not what's important. It can come up, and it helps its own other effect, that the one that actually matters is when this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished monsters and add it to your hand. Now, most people say, well, if you're running Chaos, all you need to do is play Leviair, but it really just isn't the case, because this can grab any banished monster, and in Chaos, you actually want it in your hand more than you want it on the field. Because first off, most of the time it's not level 4. And second off, when you grab a banished Chaos monster, you can special summon it, but it's actually important that you re-summon it by banishing a light and dark, because it fuels more Chaos plays with Alchemy, Leviairs, like, it fuels your deck grabbing it. And then there's some cards like Caius, Gores, where special summoning them is pointless. Like, you can push for damage, but like you want their effects to go off. But this card's absolutely amazing. Sure, you can hit a spell off the top of your deck, and that kind of sucks, but like this is only a test version. When I'm done, there's going to be a lot more changes, including Necroface and Gold Sark, because there's a lot of insane combos with this card. Like, it's just insane. And you have so much hand traps that this thing's not going to die very easily. Next. Triple Gores. I was playing 2 in the beginning. I knew 1 wasn't going to be enough, so I played 2, and the reason I'm at 3 is every single duel I wanted to see him. Every single one. I would even want to see 2 sometimes. Like, I wanted to get this card so quickly. So I decided to play 3, and it's been so good. It's recurable because it's a Dark and Alchemist. It's just an amazing, amazing card. Most I already went over some of the maxi things, I think. It's not even important to just get card advantage anymore. It's actually about not dying, because they're spending card advantage to try to kill you. So when you don't die, you're already ahead in advantage because your opponent's an idiot. 2 Valor. This might go up to 3, maybe. Depends on how the format goes. Like, we're expecting a new format, like, in a month or so, but if not, I'll go to 3 of this. Both of these have their ups and downs, but I like having the option between them. This will always be live, but this won't. But this sometimes is just so much stronger than this. That's how I think about it. They're lights. Best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! No doubt about that. Like, so good. Faders. This is like Gores if I don't draw Gores. There are some like Cosmo plays where you actually just don't want them to do any damage to you, and you just want the battle phase to end. And this card can do it, and it fuels your Alchemist, so it's really good. Originally, I wasn't playing this, Caius, but there were a lot of scenarios that were coming up where I was having like too many like weenie monsters on board, and I couldn't capitalize on anything because their just attack was so low, like Battle Fader. or like a Chaos Sorcerer that's already used its effect, and Caius was starting to come up, so I put 1 in, and I wanted it way more often, so I put 2 in. Probably not going to go up to 3, but the 2 in here are actually very, very good. Speaking of that, Chaos Sorcerer, it's one of the core pieces of your deck. It doesn't eat, like, it's actually just so important having this guy that it doesn't even matter if you resolve its effect or they strike it or anything like that. Actually banishing the light and dark are more important than sometimes even summoning him. If the summon gets negated or gets destroyed, like, that's what matters. You actually just want to banish your light and darks. And everything you banish in this deck has to be with precision, except from Alchemist, because his is naturally unprecise. But, like, if you want something back, banish it out of your graveyard so the Alchemist can get it back. Like, there were a bunch of scenarios where I wanted an effect Veiler, so I special summoned Chaos Sorcerer by banishing a Veiler and another Dark, summoned Alchemist, crashed the Alchemist into something, grabbed the Veiler, and in main phase 2 I could banish the monster with the Sorcerer. It comes up all the time. You need to be incredibly careful with what you banish, and you need to think ahead. You can't just banish something you want now. You gotta banish something you want later. Like, this deck is a slow-paced deck, but it has so much, like, stun in it that you get to survive. And that's pretty much it. Like, the Chaos Sorcerer is very good. And for all the weird reasons, too. I've been playing this Chaos way too long now, the Gravekeepers. Like, they're just so good. I love playing these guys. They get so many darks to your grave so quickly, and they just facilitate so many plays. I probably just can't cut them. Like, they're so good. Maybe one day when Tour Guide comes back to more than one. Like, maybe if there's a time when Tour Guide is playable for a deck not named Burning Abyss, I might switch that out, but it's just so good right now. 1 Spirit Reaper, 1 Juragato, 1 Thunder King, 1 Birdman. Birdman is actually one of the most powerful cards in this stack. Like, I have BLS, I have Gores, I have Dark Armed. This card just is actually just insane. Like, because of the Alchemist, you can use this like 3 or 4 times in a duel. And there have been so many times where I'm like, Chaos Sorcerer, banish. Okay, Birdman. Special summon Chaos Sorcerer, banish. And then, like, I'll normal summon something and Synchro 7 with him. Like, and he actually gives me an option to a Synchro that's actually really powerful in the deck. And that's what I really like. The rest of these are kind of like one-ofs. Like, Thunder King's not an option, but the Spirit Reaper and the Juragato I wanted one of just to have that extra defense. And one of boss monsters, BLS, Dark Arm Dragon. Yeah. This guy is, of course, broken. But this guy I actually use a lot because of the Alchemist. You can destroy your own Alchemist with it, and the Dark you banished can grab it right back. There was a combo I did where I had 3 Darks in the grave, but I was like, I'm not going to summon Dark Armed yet. Let me do this first. Normal summoned Alchemist. Special summoned Dark Armed Dragon. I banished the Chaos Sorcerer to target the Alchemist, destroyed the Alchemist, grabbed back the Chaos Sorcerer, and because there were now 2 Darks in my grave, and I just put a light in, I summoned the Chaos Sorcerer, banished the guy, and then used the last Dark to destroy their back row, and the Dark Armed was enough for game. I can't remember what they were sitting on, but it wasn't something that Dark Armed could get over in one turn. MSTs, of course. I don't play Twin Twister because I need to keep hand control in this deck. 2 Poly Duality, I don't like 3, but the 2 have been coming up a lot. And it's really good because, like I said, this deck's kind of slow-paced, so you can benefit from this. And just like getting up that first turn, like, when you see Alchemist first turn, and, like, Allure and this, like, this is just really good. It's kind of hard for you to kill it. It's kind of hard for your opponent to kill you in this deck. One alert. I want to play the second one, but I don't know what to cut yet. I know I'm playing the second one. I just don't. I have no idea what to cut. Probably the Drago, maybe. But we'll see. Upstart. Regeki. Soul Charge and Dichotomy. The Dichotomy I actually thought of for a long time. It's not Pot of Avarice, so I can't just say it's a great card. But there have been a lot of scenarios where I'm having difficult, like, I'm actually pushing further than my Alchemist can handle, even when I have 3 Alchemists in cycle. And I just need to, like, get back some supplies, and, like, this can help me. It's not all the time that happens, but, like, when you can resolve this, and it's a good thing to resolve, it is actually just game winning. Even though you can't conduct your battle phase, you're going to put yourself so ahead in card advantage when you already have the Alchemist in cycle that you can just, like, you'll go so plus, and you'll have so many hand traps that they can't kill you. The traps, 1, 2, 3. Powerful traps. The only reason I ran Compulse, like, it could just have been another spell, but I wanted Compulse because there's not a lot of chainable traps, and Compulse is one of them, and that's why I wanted to play it. The extra deck's not finished. I'll just go over, like, a few cards in it. Like, this is the number 1 card I want to go for. I want to go over. Gen XL Triforce. Other effects don't matter because you don't have those attributes in your deck, but when you synchro with him, you can use Birdman to synchro him, but there's no other way actually to summon him. When you use Birdman and a level 4 light, he gets its effect. Once per turn, you can target a light monster in your graveyard and special summon it in face down defense. So what that means is every turn, you get to revive pretty much a Songen that recovers banished monsters. So every turn, when you defend him, you just get more Alchemist, and you can keep cycling more and more and more. You can just benefit so much from all this cycling, and you're putting lights in your grave, you're taking them out, you're regulating your graveyard. It's just absolutely insane how powerful this card is. This is like the main one. Everything else is like either standard or like replacements for something that's not finished yet. Like the number 1 thing I need right now is like a Levier. Like this extra deck, totally pointless. Maybe a Utopia, the Utopia combo. But like this has probably been the most powerful extra deck monster. And it's like, it's not even like generic. It's actually, in most cases, like a garbage card. But just because of the one play in there, it's so powerful. And then, that's the extra deck. Sorry I didn't explain it, but there's nothing in there to explain. It's either generic synchros or XEs, or stuff that's not done yet. And got the legendary tokens. Gores, because you play fucking 3 of them. Shape Snatch, because it's amazing. And I don't know if you can see this one. Maybe now is not the right time, but the John Cena token's been very helpful. Thank you all for watching. I'm gonna work on this one more because it just has more proactive plays right now, and the cards aren't outrageously expensive, which I have a job now, but I still don't want to spend that much money. But thank you all for watching, and remember, Master Dinner Flax will take your soul.